Shalom, Pasadenans and all curious folks from every area code. It is I, your friendly neighborhood Rabbi John Carrier, and today we are counting the Omer with PJTC. After sundown tonight, it is day number 31sies. I'm super amazed that we made it this far. I am impressed with you. I'm not surprised, because there's some tenacious folks out there showing a lot of Netzach. But this week we're talking about Hod, so I guess I'll just have to accept how awesome you are. That's right, this week we're talking about the attribute of Hod, and I've talked a lot about it so far in the context of Jewish prayer. Today I want to expand its semantic dimension a little bit and talk about Hod as acceptance. In fact, part of the act of prayer, and especially the traditional text of Jewish prayer, is blessing God for the way things are, whether things are awesome or not so awesome. That's how Hod is connected to prayer in the Hasidic tradition. Specifically today, I want you to think about your Hod role model in terms of who has been an exemplar for you when it comes to acceptance. And I want to distinguish between Hod and Netzach here. Last week we were talking about Netzach, this idea of forbearance and patience and sometimes putting up with a lot of stuff. That is not the exact same thing as acceptance. Forbearance and patience is about waiting out something you ultimately reject and would like to be over. Hod is about just accepting it for the way it is. You can think about it this way. Once you've accepted an idea or a circumstance or a situation, you no longer require patience because you're not waiting for it to change. And for some of you out there who I know have a can-do attitude, this feels a little bit quitty. Feels like giving up. Feels downright un-American. Patriotism aside, it's actually psychologically super important and spiritually essential. How much more peace could we feel if we could accept those things in life that are beyond our control? That's why prayer and meditation, where you focus on what is and you accept the world as it is and yourself as you are, can bring you so much peace. So last week I asked you to think about a role model that exhibits Netzach, forbearance, patience, endurance. This week I want you to think of a role model who exhibits acceptance. Who's your Hod role model? Maybe somebody born into a certain circumstance or with a certain physical limitation that just wasn't going to change. And yet by accepting that condition as it was and focusing on things that they could change, they were able to thrive. If you're having trouble there, you could also think of acceptance as necessary to forgiveness. Not necessarily accepting that some behavior that hurt you was acceptable, rather accepting that it happened and nothing can change it. I once heard somebody say forgiveness is like giving up on the future possibility of having a perfect past. So who in your life has exhibited this kind of acceptance, either through accepting a circumstance and moving on, or accepting what has happened and being able to forgive somebody and let go of that baggage and move on with that relationship or other relationships? Who has inspired you in this way? I'd love to see it in the Facebook group if you're willing to share. I know sometimes these things can be kind of private, but put it in the Facebook group. You'll really be encouraging others to share as well. Put it on the YouTube comments, write it down in your journal so you can reflect on it later. Or if you just want to send me an email in complete confidence, you're welcome to do so. And don't forget to count day number 31 of the Omer tonight after sundown. See you around day 32sies. Peace.